Welcome to Starling Hill Cinemas, and that's Cinemas with an S. And today I'll be giving you my review on the God of Thunder himself, Thor. Now, before I begin, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share it to any of your friends or anybody closest to you. And if this is your first time and this is your first video you've seen of mine, don't forget to watch my other previous videos on different movies that I've seen and reviewed. So let's get started. What is Thor about? Well, as the fourth entry in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the son of Odin, king of the Norse gods, Thor will soon inherit the throne of Asgard on his coronation from his aging father. However, on the day that he is to be crowned, Thor reacts with brutality when the god's enemies, the frost giants, Laufey and him, enter the palace in violation of their peace treaty. As punishment, Odin banishes Thor to Earth. While Loki, Thor's brother, plots mischief in Asgard, Thor is now stripped of his powers and he faces his greatest challenge. Now, it's pretty simple. This is one of the greatest, most important origin stories in the Marvel Cinematic Universe because Thor is one of the big three. He is one of the main three MCU heroes. So his inclusion is very crucial to this whole overarching plot of the MCU. Now, the story of Thor, like I said, it's a very classic MCU tale about learning the true meaning of being a king, a warrior, and a hero. Kenneth Branagh delivered Marvel's first fantasy adventure while adding a little bit of a Shakespearean feel to it. And there's also a fish out of water concept, when Thor gets cast out to Earth, or Midgard as referred by the Asgardians. And for those of you who don't know what a fish out of water concept is, this is a concept that's used in a lot of sci-fi movies. Like when an alien gets thrown down to Earth and now he's very unfamiliar with the people around him in the surroundings. Kind of like when you watch a Superman movie or Man of Steel. That's sort of a fish out of water type of flick because he doesn't know where he's at, who he is, or the people around him. And it feels like an immigrant, and he feels like an immigrant from another world. Of course, throughout phase one of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the inclusion of this isn't just a fantasy flick, this is also another movie with S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Coulson in it, which has been very crucial to being present for the whereabouts of each Avenger, and is very important for the exposition of the Infinity Saga. Now, Thor isn't the best movie in phase one, obviously, but it is certainly better than The Dark World, that's for sure. It is very integral to setting up Loki as the main villain in the Avengers. This movie establishes the connection between magic and science, because I know throughout all of these 23 MCU movies, we can tell the difference between magic and science, but we can't tell what sets them apart because they're two different things, but they have the same concept. For example, in geometry, the Tesseract, because yes, Tesseract is the example here. For example, in geometry, the Tesseract is a four-dimensional analog of a cube. The Tesseract is to the cube as the cube is to the square. On the flip side, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Tesseract is as far as magic goes, it's a cosmic cube containing a lot of unlimited energy, unlimited power, which is the Space Stone, by the way, and which will be crucial to Avengers, to most of the plot of the next movie. Now, what do I think about the characters? Well, obviously, Chris Hemsworth starts out like any other character arc, like the character art of Tony Stark and Iron Man. So like I said, just like Iron Man or Captain America, he starts somewhere and becomes different. In this movie, Thor starts off with a sense of pride and arrogance, and in the end, he's a completely different person, much more wiser and selfless, and he did it much faster than Tony Stark too. The character of Thor learns that it takes much more to be worthy than just being the master of Mjolnir. Tom Hiddleston's Loki is the first MCU villain to really resonate with fans, critics, and moviegoers with his charm, trickery, and misplaced birthright backstory, similar to that of Killmonger. Natalie Portman's Jane Foster was a big part of changing Thor's perspective about himself and everybody around him. Also, you can never go wrong with Sir Anthony Hopkins as Odin the All-Father. My Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 77% score, and I would give it the same rating as well, 7 SOs out of 10 SOs. So that's my review on Thor. You can let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Even if you haven't seen it in a while, how does it rank for you in the MCU? Do you think it was better than Thor: The Dark World? Yes, no, maybe so. Please kindly leave your comment on the section below. I'll see you next time with my next video. Have a good day.